Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money. Well, wait, I'm not giving you any suggestion. I'm not giving you information about the next big stock which will make you a millionaire. I'm talking about two books on personal finance which I read recently, and I think it's important that everyone should actually read these books to understand how to manage his or her money. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome once again to Books Wale Bhaiya. I'm Abhishek, and as I just mentioned, I'll talk about books on personal finance. And I would like to tell you these are not any get rich quick guides. It's not about the next big thing in stock markets or any big investment opportunity. These books are about managing your money. While you often emphasize I would say overemphasize the importance of making money, we don't really emphasize the importance of managing your money well. And this is where these two books come in handy, as they teach you how exactly to manage your money. I'll start with the book Let's Talk Money by Monica Hallan. She's a well-known person in the field of personal finance. She writes for Mint. She appears in several business channels. She writes for various other publications as well. So coming to her book, well, she, as I said, it's about how you manage your money, and she starts on a very interesting note. She does not talks about investment at the beginning. She said when it comes to money, the first thing she says what you need to do is actually to have three accounts, as she says. One is your earnings account, wherein you get your money, your salary or money from your business. The next thing has to be your expense account, wherein you put your money into your expenses for your expenses. And the third one is your investment or savings account, where you put your money for savings. And she says managing this cash flow is extremely important, and start thinking of investments only once you have this thing in place. After that, she guides you that the next thing you need to do is to have an emergency fund. The general rule of thumb is of a 6 months fund, wherein you must have money in liquid instruments, which something which you can withdraw easily, which matches your expenses up to 6 months. So in case you fall ill, in case you lose your job, or you face challenges in your business. Once that is done, and after that, adopting a good health insurance plan, even if you have an insurance already from your employer, are the basic hygiene factors she says you need to have before you even think of making investments. After that, she comes to investments, and well, she takes you through various asset classes so that you can decide upon which asset class you want to invest in and how much money to put into that. She presents the arguments with a lot of research, with lots of numbers and examples. For example, when she talks about gold, well, she is not a votary for gold as an investment, and she has strong reasons why it's not a good investment. She has a similar view on real estate as an investment, and while she does not outrightly rejects these investment options, she gives you in detail about the pitfalls of investing in real estate and gold. She then talks about mutual funds. She has an extensive chapter dedicated to them. And therein also, while she makes a strong case for mutual fund, she tells you about the various types of funds and various expenses and various other things you need to know about before investing in mutual funds. She also talks about insurance. She has a special chapter dedicated to health insurance, wherein she talks about what things you should take into consideration before signing up for a health insurance plan, so as to make sure that your claim does not get rejected. And trust me, that alone is the reason, that chapter on health insurance alone is the reason why you should actually buy this book. She also talks about life insurance, and why she again presents her argument why a pure term plan is way better than buying a unit-linked insurance plan. She has written extensively on unit-linked term plans, and she argues that why they are not the right investment for anyone for that matter. And she makes a point not to fall for any kind of trap by the salespeople, because they are there to make money for themselves and not for you. So after taking the various asset classes, yes, she also has a chapter on equity, and while again she does not talk about any specific stock or specific equity investment to be made, once again she helps you understand what factors to take into consideration when you think of making a stock investment. All in all, she tells you practically everything you need to know when you start your investment journey, or even if you're in the middle of your investment journey, you have already made some investments, how to get things right on the personal finance front. All in all, I believe it's a very important book which everyone should read. I personally enjoyed reading this book, and while managing my money all these years, I also learned a lot. And I am sure anyone who reads this, whether you're a newbie or you are a seasoned investor, there's something for everyone in this. The next book I'm talking about is Money Wise: Timeless Lessons for Building Wealth by Deepak Shenoy. Well, he also starts the book on a very interesting note. He actually offers you three very important lessons about growing your money. The first thing he talks about is that it's all about compounding. The second thing is money, you earn money actually, you grow your money when you actually sleep. And the third and the most important point is that you actually do not need that much money to make money. It may sound very weird or unrealistic to you, but he makes his point clear with a lot of examples in this book. He showcases how even with not a very large amount of money, if we have, as long as you're investing it regularly with average returns, but over time, how it grows up to become a good corpus. And that indeed is a very important chapter on money, in which he has presented with detailed examples. The other thing I liked about his book is that he starts again with about investing approach and everything, and he says that when people ask him that how do I become rich, how do I make a large corpus, he says the answer lies in the fact just work and get paid. Once again, you may find it a little strange or a little weird that a money manager is talking about, hey, work and get paid. What does that mean? So he says that in the initial years, your focus has to be on earning money and not on returns. You have to make sure you are earning money, you are earning it well. And he makes a point that you can say, for example, the first 1 crore which you earn has largely to come from your income. You need not have money with very stellar returns or some exciting investment opportunities. The first big amount actually has to be a result of your income and your savings. And once you have this thing in place, you have a health insurance in place, and he also talks about an emergency fund. You have an emergency fund for a certain number of months. You should talk about investments and growing your money only after that. He also takes you through various asset classes, what are their pitfalls, about real estate, about gold. He has a very detailed chapter in mutual funds, in which you can say he talks practically everything about mutual fund. So I would say there's nothing to be known, nothing to be learned after reading the chapter on mutual funds in his book. From the very basics to the very advanced topics, he covers everything. And yes, he also makes a strong case for mutual fund investments, and he makes it amply clear what all factors to take into consideration. Other than this, what I liked most about was his chapter on equity investments. He explains in some detail about equity investments, what are the type of investments, how do you invest in a stock, what are the factors you should take into consideration. And please note, there is absolutely no particular stock tip here, because these books are about managing your money and not about putting your money in some particular stock, particular investment opportunity. Another thing which I liked in this book is his detailed chapter on various scams which have been there in the past couple of decades in India as well as abroad. All in all, it's a book I really loved reading. There are a lot of things to be learned in this book. And another book which I definitely recommend. Well, 2 books on same topic by both are experienced persons. So which one should you read? Well, I would recommend you to read both books. Both have a lot of pearls of wisdom, a lot of important information which you must not miss. Whether you are a new investor, you are a newbie, you have just started your job, or whether you are a seasoned investor, there are a lot many things you can learn from reading these books. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you think I did a good job, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you.